Hey guys, it's Phoebe. I hope you're all safe and well. Well, he's at it again, isn't he? I was out taking Jackson Boo Boo for a walk and I thought I'll just listen and see what AD's up to. Had my headphones in, happily walking along. Well, my goodness, by the time I got home from our walk, I was absolutely, I don't know what the word is, furious, livid, confused even. Now, as we know, AD has said he won't be discussing the Chris Watts case on YouTube unless something happens. Just take a little listen.
A lot of people misunderstand me, say, "Oh, I'm not talking about Watts anymore." I am. I'm talking about Watts in Patreon, and I will talk about it on here if something happens.
Okay, so what has happened to cause him to upload a video about the Chris Watts case that was originally streamed on the 12th of June 2020? It's a video about the fact that there were no cameras around the back of the house. As you can see, he uploaded it 7 hours ago today. Now, what has happened to cause him to talk about the Chris Watts case again? I have no idea. Personally, I feel that he's building up to have a reason to talk about the case on the anniversary, which of course very, very sadly is coming up on the 13th of August. And that will be a very, very sad day for us all. But why is he doing this? Why is he doing this? There was no need. He did a Chris Watts video last night and he's doing one again tonight. And he said, I'm not going to be talking about Chris Watts every single night, you know. Well, it seems he is. So, of course, his narrative for this video is, of course, that Chris Watts did not work alone. And I feel that, I think I've said this before, AD has made one of the biggest mistakes that a law enforcement person, I know he isn't, but I'm sure any law enforcement person, detective, police officer, investigator, I do know that I have a subscriber who is a police officer. I'm sure that you'll agree that one of the worst things that a detective can do is have tunnel vision. And you have a theory and then you make the evidence fit your theory. It should be the other way round, where the evidence leads you to your theory, the proof leads you to your conviction and subsequently, the arrest and subsequent conviction, if it's proved in a court of law. But AD isn't doing that. He has got tunnel vision and everything he does has to fit his theory. So I have a few questions for him. He said that Chris Watts loading the truck at the front of his house was a deliberate distraction so that Nate's camera would definitely pick him up doing that while other things were happening round the back. Well, if that's the case, why did the female with the ponytail, and I'm saying that in inverted commas because I don't believe it was a female, I think it was Chris Watts, that according to AD, it was a female with a ponytail, why did she then stroll across the driveway right in front of Nate's camera? That's one question. The other question is, he said about there was a sign at the window that the person or persons, he thinks there were 4, there was a sign left for them to know which window to come through, and it was a spade and a fork left in a cross shape. Well, why not just take a photo of the back of a house and send the person or persons the photo and say this is the window that you need to climb through? Also, why would they leave the evidence of their symbol or their signal? Why would they leave it behind? Why wouldn't they just pick up the shovel and the fork and just chuck it somewhere in the garden? There was also a step or something that apparently somebody used to help them step out of the window. Well, why did they leave that right outside the window? Why didn't they move it, even kick it a few feet away? If this was so meticulously planned, why were all these silly mistakes made? You know, I've got so many other questions, but I can't think of them all. I don't script my videos, so I'm just sort of thinking of things as I go along. So you have to bear with me. I'll just have a little think, because I've got so much more. I think I'm probably going to have to make another video. So I'll leave it there for now. Oh yes, I've just remembered two more things. The tyre tracks. He has a photo of tyre tracks that lead up to the back of Chris Watts's fence. Well, I'd like to know when that photograph was taken, and I'd like to see a photograph of the day before, on the 12th of August, because those tracks could belong to anybody. There was construction going on, wasn't there? And the other thing that it's a tricky one, but I can explain why the cadaver dogs didn't pick up any scent in the house. It's not something I want to go into, so I'm not going to go into any detail, but the best I can tell you is it's just about the amount of time that was involved. Okay, that's all I really want to say, because I want to remain respectful. Okay, so I shall leave it there for now. I love you lots. Take very, very good care. Stay safe, and I shall speak to you again very, very soon. I'm sorry if I've sounded a bit grumpy. I'm just so cross. I really am. So take care. Bye-bye.